Hello there! Welcome back to another episode of We Are the Senate, a Clone Wars breakdown where we'll watch and discuss a new Clone Wars episode every week.
This week we'll be watching Clone Wars Season 3, Episode 12, Night Sisters. And we hope you enjoy the show as much as we do.
Thanks for tuning in, and this is where the fun begins. For those of you who haven't seen this Clone Wars episode in a while, we have a synopsis for you.
Darth Sidious commands Count Dooku to eliminate Asajj Ventress, but Ventress survives and vows to take revenge, enlisting the aid of the mystical Night Sisters in her skin. Sorry. It's complicated. And my hair was in my face.
3, 2, 1. For those of you who haven't seen this Clone Wars episode in a while, we have a synopsis for you.
Darth Sidious commands Count Dooku to eliminate Asajj Ventress, but Ventress survives and vows to take revenge, enlisting the aid of the mystical Night Sisters in her sinister scheme.
So, this story arc
It's awesome.
It's awesome. I'm really excited for it. And it's a really great character study, and it sets up a lot in future Clone Wars story arcs. So, There's a lot going on in this story arc, but let's jump right into our first scene with our best friend, Count Dooku. He's getting a message.
My master.
It's always kind of funny
There
hearing
is a disturbance
he calls
in the
Tyrannus.
Force.
That's his
Your
name.
assassin. She has become very powerful.
It's
Yes, my lord.
really nice to see a
It's
story
quite
arc
important
like
to
this
me.
one that really affects just
Master
the
silence.
continuation
I
of
can
the
Yeah.
sense her powers
And
growing
I mean, you
stronger.
get introduced to a
I
lot
would
of
hate
different
to
people,
think you are training
Oh, yeah.
your
very
Sith
very
apprentice
central
to
characters to
destroy
the
me.
narrative of
Never.
Clone Wars, at least for a
My
little while.
allegiance is to you and you
Yes.
alone.
And this arc is a great example of showing like the
She's my
villains
most
side of
trusted
things.
Eliminate her. As you wish,
Because
my lord.
as you see here, you've honestly haven't spent a ton of time with Dooku and Ventress
You
throughout
don't really
Clone Wars.
get,
Together, I mean.
you don't really get that ever.
Yeah,
Well-
like in this story arc you
Yeah.
do, but you build up this, this kind of sinister bond. I mean, it's still a master and an apprentice, but obviously Darth Sidious is ordering Dooku to kill her because he doesn't want Dooku raising up a threat
Yeah.
to Darth
Which
Sidious's
Ventress
power.
is very powerful.
Except she loses every time she fights a Jedi, so I don't really understand.
But usually without Jedi, she's very powerful.
Yeah, well, she's powerful regardless, or else she wouldn't stand against, Anakin or Obi-Wan. But this concept, I mean, you see it a lot in Clone Wars, you have the Master and the Apprentice, no more, no less. And this same scenario kind of comes back in the original trilogy with Sidious, Vader, and Luke. Obviously, this plays out differently. But honestly, the principle is the same. So, I'll admit, in that scene, Dooku, I may be imagining things, but Dooku seemed a little sad that he was going to have to kill her.
I mean, I do think Dooku kind of favors Ventress, or
Yeah.
he's kind of grown
Well, he
attached
used to be a
to her.
Jedi, too, so he has that, you're proud of your little Padawan.
Yeah.
But obviously he's more loyal to Sidious. But let's just say Ventress isn't too happy when she hears about this news.
Yeah.
She's in the middle of a fight with the Jedi.
She's very prideful, honestly.
Well, she's in the middle of a fight. She's asking for help.
Surrounded.
And watch what he
You have
says to her.
already lost the battle, child. I've ordered your reinforcements to return.
No, I would destroy the Jedi. I'll show you.
You have failed me for the last time. You are no longer my apprentice.
Aww.
And now,
I'm kind of sad for both of them.
I do feel for Ventress.
Well, as you'll see later, this has kind of happened to her before.
Obi-Wan! Obi-Wan!
Oh no, Obi-Wan! Oh, I guess he's still alive.
Thank you! Thank you, Azu. That's quite enough.
Do they realize Ventress is right there?
Oh, the wonderful say, my sweet.
Regardless, you see different forms in both the Jedi and the Sith of how they deal with stuff like this. Obviously, none of the Jedi are like, okay, you failed me, time to die. But you do have betrayal, especially in season 5 with Ahsoka. But theirs is more of like sorrow, whereas the Sith is more of hate.
Yeah, well, Ventress had her emotional kind of.
But luckily, she has 2 laser swords, so she can just beat people up.
It's definitely when the Sith get mad, they get mad.
Yeah. Or they
start
force lightning someone.
Yeah.
But Ventress has nowhere else to go now. And so she goes to Dathomir, which
Dathomir it's kind of the coolest.
It's actually, it's a very distinct vibe with a lot of mythology and lore to go around it. And it's a recurring planet in Clone Wars and in video games like Jedi Fallen Order.
You're there for Rebels in a bit.
Oh yeah, you are doing Rebels. You go. Dave Filoni was really just like, we're making Clone Wars and we're making it super iconic, guys. I really think the Night Sisters are interesting though, because they use the Force just in an entirely different way.
In a more mystical way.
Yeah. I mean, they're called witches, but. And this is the first time they're introduced in Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Mother Talzin is also an interesting figure. She's their, their head.
She's for a while.
Yeah, she does actually. Well, can she really die?
I'm trying to remember. I mean, you did have that one.
But it's interesting though because none of this origin was implied for Asajj Ventress before.
Yeah.
But then now you get story arcs like these where you could, flesh it out. But another thing this episode and story arc does is flesh out her backstory as well as this next scene does. So the Night Sisters are performing the ritual, right?
Remember the day we were forced to give
And
you
so
up to protect
it's backstory time.
your sacrifice.
She's got a full face of makeup already.
I know.
Baby.
Wow.
Look at those eyelashes.
Most babies don't look like that.
Master, where are you? Master,
Oh, he's
they
dead.
killed you.
He's really dead. But it's sad to see that that's her backstory.
Yeah, she
Like,
she lost
2 people
a lot
she
of
cared about died, and
She
now
lost her family.
lost her family. Except now she's returned to them, but
Yeah,
still. And her 3rd master,
just abandoned her.
yeah, left her for dead. And so honestly, it's an overwhelming amount of pain. No wonder she joined the Sith. But obviously, the very Sith thing to do when someone betrays you is to get revenge and kill them.
Wow.
So, Mother Talzin helps Ventress and 2 other Night Sisters infiltrate Dooku's, I guess it would be
Fortress Palace?
fortress, palace, whatever you want to call it, to kill him. And this honestly is really epic too. You've got 3 people attacking 1 guy, 1 dude, and he's like impaired because of a poison dart they gave him. But obviously, oh yeah, he's in his pajamas. Let the old man dress, won't you?
I love the flashback.
Well, they've got some great cinematography too. And what's nice is they're also kind of blaming the Jedi for this too, by using lightsabers. Which, how did Mother Talzin get those? I don't really want to know. I don't want to know. It is sad though. Like Ventress really did try to, kill Dooku. Not that I approve, but I feel like she sees no other way. Like, Dooku betrayed her. Is she just gonna let that slide? No. She's going to use her friends to try and kill him. So it all makes sense. But since it's evident that they can't, 1v1 Dooku and kill him, although they got really close.
They did.
If they had done like a little, pincer movement, just all attacked at once, someone's bound to hit him. But Dooku has to survive, I get that. They do turn to different methods. And Mother Talzin's in on it too, which I actually think is funny because, you know, she gets to play both sides a little bit. But she's contacting Dooku to try and, you know, arrange some things.
It has been too long.
Yes, Mother Talzin.
The character
How
design
may
for
I
Mother
assist
Talzin
you?
is
It
awesome.
has come to my
And the way her little
you have lost your most
fabric
prized
tendrils
assassin.
move, that's cool.
How would you know of this?
I know these things. I have seen it. After all, she was once one of us.
It is true that your warriors are of an extraordinary caliber.
Perhaps something different this time. Perhaps a male from our planet will be more to your liking.
Well, the cool thing about that is our favorite night brother. Well,
He's not our favorite.
Second favorite is coming.
Yes.
Asajj.
So this episode, 1 of 3 episodes in this arc,
This is a solid story arc.
it's a
It's
very
gonna be
good
great.
story arc, and I'm really excited, you know, to keep going because our next episode is going to introduce Asajj Opress.
Thanks for watching.
Please leave a comment, turn on notifications, and hit the subscribe button to support the Threepios.
Also, thanks to our sponsor, Dave Baloney. We couldn't have done this without you.
Stay tuned for new episodes Wednesdays, and may the Force be with you!